Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. For those of you who are new here, my name is Rose. You may have noticed that we're in a different kitchen. We moved. We're still getting settled in. Today we're going to make pumpkin apple bread. These are the ingredients. We'll go over how much of each when we make it. So here's some sugar. We've got shortening, eggs. We have 100% pumpkin milk. Then we've got flour, and we've got baking soda, baking powder, salt. This is cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, and then we are going to grate an apple to put in there. I'm going to make 2 loaves. So let's get started. We have 2.5 cups of sugar, and I'm going to put in 1 cup of vegetable shortening. You can just use whatever shortening that you have. We've got the sugar and the shortening, and we're going to put in the 4 eggs. 4 eggs in there.
Hello, Rose here. This pumpkin bread tastes amazing. The combination of spices and the extra grated apple that I added makes this recipe a favorite of ours.
It's a beautiful day to be making some pumpkin bread. Now we're going to blend that until it's creamy. Need 2 cups of pumpkin. Got 1 cup. 2 cups. Okay, we have the 2 cups of pumpkin, and now we're going to put 1 cup of milk. And now we're going to do the apple. Peel the apple. We're going to grate the apple until we get about 1 cup worth. This adds so much moisture to the bread, it just makes it delicious. So let's just do 1 apple here and get 1 cup. Perfect. Okay, and let's just stir that up. I forgot the walnuts. Okay, now let's add the dry ingredients. So this is 3.5 cups of flour. Now just put that right on the top there. We need 2 teaspoons of baking soda. And drop that right on the top of the flour because you don't want to get it in the wet ingredients. You just don't want all your dry ingredients on top of the flour, and then we'll mix it with a fork and then we'll stir it in. There you go. 1 teaspoon of salt. And we've got baking powder. 1 teaspoon baking powder. 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and then 1 teaspoon of clove and 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. So let's do the cinnamon. Okay, just put that there. Two. Now let's put 1 teaspoon of cloves. Oh, I love the smell of cloves. And 1 teaspoon of nutmeg. Okay, we got all the dry ingredients on the top. We're going to put the nuts in last. So what we do is take our little fork and just mix it in. There. Into the flour. Let's stir this. You want to stir it just until it's smooth. I can already smell the spices. It smells so good. There we go. Nice. Now let's add 1 cup walnuts. Okay. There we go. We'll stir that in. Make a little space here. This is how we're going to do the pans. Let's get this mess out of the way. Oh, I just remembered. It's a good time to turn on your oven to 350 degrees. Okay, now we do the pans. We take some shortening, vegetable shortening or whatever you have. Whoops. And let's put that on just the ends. And put it on this end. I'm making 2 loaves. I doubled the recipe. You can just make 1 loaf. It turns out just the same. There. This is a very thick bread, and so what I do, someone taught me this, a friend, is measure your wax paper. You can use parchment paper too on the short ends, the shortening, and on the long ends, you're going to do this. Put that in here, and then just you can bend that around a little bit so that it doesn't get in the way when you put your ingredients in there. Yeah. This helps it come out of the pan. I put shortening on the short ends and wax paper in the middle. Let's do it. Okay, let's put some of the ingredients in here. It's kind of heavy, so I'm just scooping some of it in here. Half in this pan and half in the other. Okay. A little more here. Some more in here. And that's the oven ready. Okay. I make it look a little pretty on the top. Okay, we had 2 loaves ready for the oven, and you want to put these on bake for at 350, 1 hour and 30 minutes, possibly 1 hour and 40 minutes. What you want to do is when it's getting close to the time of an hour and a half to an hour and 40 minutes, you'll put a toothpick in the center. If it comes out with just a tiny bit of stuff on it, not gooey stuff, but just little crumbs, and it means it's still moist, that's when you'll take it out of the oven. So let's put this in. So the bread is done baking, and we use some foil. The last 10 minutes I put foil on the top of it like this, both so that they won't get too dark on the top. You want to leave it in the pan while it's cooling. When it's cool, we'll have a taste. Well, the bread, it took a couple hours to cool. It's still a little bit warm. Okay. Oh, it's nice and warm. Okay. Let's open this right up. Comes right out. Nice. It smells good. Okay, let's cut this up. Yummy. Couple slices of. There we go. Now I'm gonna get one of those worm pieces. Let's get a plate. Now let's get a piece of this. Okay. Now, what tastes really good on this, if you have whipping cream, pile it on. Let's have a bite of this. This looks good over here. That's nice and big. The top is nice and crunchy. The recipe will be in the description box. Thank you for watching. If you want to leave a comment, I love your comments. Thank you for those. Enjoy your pumpkin bread and have a good evening.